Good morning, everyone. And before we get into it, I'll clear this up for John. John, yes, you can use your banking app to send money to us directly. You will find the details of the Two Davies bank account in the description below the video. Okay, but yes, of course you can. And that's for anybody else as well who doesn't want to give Google 30% of what it is they're giving us. Okay. We don't mention it enough, but the details of the Two Davies bank account is right below us. All right. Now, good morning, everyone. Let's get this underway. Now, let's look and see who's in first, eh? Shall we? Who's in? Alistair, Stephen Nichol, Mark Telford, James Thompson, June Dalrymple, Robert Wilson, Eddie Wolfie, Paul Rankin, Rosie McGregor, Mark Telfer. Alistair's put us up a handy list. Hi Stephen, hi June, hi Peter, hi Reg, hi Duncan, hi Mark, Aki's, Margaret, Jim, Ange. Who else we got? Morning Lorna. Morning Ange. Morning Margaret. Morning Duncan. Wee Bird, Peter M, Alan Arnott, Hootsman, Anna. Right, if I've missed you folks, sorry, but there's a lot of yous there. Okay, right, we're right on the 100 mark, so let's get this broadcast underway. It's Indy Truck TV out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where the expected freeze did not materialise. In fact, it got warmer through the night. It is currently 5 degrees at the moment. It's dank, it's dreek, it's wet. An ordinary day here in Scotland, eh? Anyway, that's what the weather's like here in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. If you want to know what it's like where you are, well, look at your ain't bloody windy. Right, let's get this underway. First up this morning, we've got Times. Folks, and I have to tell you, I could barely stomach the papers today. First up, the Times. Right, nearly half of Labour voters want Starmer out by next election, and they're not talking about the next general election, they're talking about the next Scottish, Welsh and local elections. Right, and families face deportation and asylum law shake-up. Mahmood reforms. Hey, asylum system. Folks, I don't know what to make of what I saw, what I witnessed yesterday. I don't. It would appear the milk of human kindness has flown out of the Thames and off. Where it's off to, I don't know, but I'll tell you where it's no. In the country across the border for us. Right, next up we've got the Herald. Press the wrong bloody button. And the Herald has little impact on asylum and new immigration reforms, apparently. Little impact on asylum. Oh well, I have to agree, it's not going to stop any boats. It's not going to stop any boats. That's for sure. And we know where we're going with this, folks. When that doesn't stop the boats, then we'll be leaving the European Convention on Human Rights. That's what happens next. Why do I keep hitting the wrong button this morning? I think it's because I'm angry. I'm really angry. This one, I just wish they would chuck it. Starmer faces Labour revolt over hardline asylum plans. It's not a Labour revolt. The Labour Party died in 1997 with Blair. The mid-90s, actually, when the Blairites took over the Labour Party. I wish they'd just stop using the word fucking Labour. Because that's not the Labour Party. They're the Red Tories, or as they like to say in England, Blue Labour. No, it's no Blue Labour, it's Red Tories. End of story. And what a fucking shite show they've been since that election in 2024. Change. The only thing it changed was the clowns in the dressing room. Right. Really. This one's a cracker. This one really made me fucking sick this morning. Oh, let me see who the legend is. Oh, George. David Milligan's father-in-law seems to be a bit confused this morning. Right, let's get back to it. This one made me really want to vomit this morning. Mahmood turns air blue in blast at Liberals. What Mahmood did was pander to racists. And we'll get a wee bit more of that on the next title or a couple of titles down. But what they did yesterday was pander to the far right. Disgusting. Foul. And see when they came away with the idea of taking people's jewellery to pay for their accommodation. I just thought Nazis. Round them up, put them into concentration camps and steal their gold. By the way, these people were carrying gold. It's no for sale. It's the remnants of family history going back generations. But concentration camps and steal their gold. You couldn't make it fucking up. I'm afraid the country next door's lost its way, folks. Really lost its way. This one really had me fucking gone mental. Racist abuse. That means I know broken asylum system must be fixed. Home Secretary rejects claims she's stoking division by saying she's the one who gets called a fucking and told to go back home. So what's Labour and Shabana Mahmood's answer to racism? It's to pander to the fucking racists. She's taking racist abuse. What's her answer? Pander to the bloody racists. You could not make this up. That place across that border is becoming a place full of sick puppies. The majority of them still get their heads screwed on. But the Houses of Parliament and a certain section of that society is lost. Gone. Sorry, folks. Hello. Hello.
You might be talking to 10,000 people, but I can't see it and I can't find it.
Nothing I can do about it. They would try YouTube.
That's what I've been doing.
Well, try Facebook. Try Facebook. My timeline. The video will be going live there at the moment, so friends will be able to see it. Okay.
Just forget to put the reminder.
No, David, the post is full of people. Everybody got notification.
That's great, but I can't find it. Right,
David, I'm in the middle of a broadcast, mate. Okay. You see, this made me sick. The Labour Party and Shabana Mahmood's answer to racism is to pander to the racists. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't. See, let's put them in concentration camps and steal their gold, shall we? Next up, we'll get the National. What's the National vote for us today? The National tells us Starmer snubs Swinney's request for meeting ahead of budget. Anybody surprised about that? We even heard Shabana Mahmood in the Commons yesterday tell Seamus Logan that she wouldn't speak to him about Scotland's needs when it came to immigration. Just flat no. And tell him the idea that Scotland should be different from England is perverse. That tells you the fucking trajectory these fucking red Tories are on. with a muscular fucking unionism. Draconian, unworkable, potentially illegal. Massive backlash on Mahmood's announces. Massive backlash as Mahmood announces asylum shake-up. Folks, as you know, we need immigrants here. And it looks like we're going to get a lot of them because a lot of sensible people in England will be looking at that place they call their parliament in fucking horror. Tell you what, folks, bring your money with you. We'll give you a plot of land because we don't have the builders. You're going to have to learn to self-build. But anybody that needs to escape that fucking madhouse down that road, just come here and vote the right way. And I mean that. Come here and vote the right way. As I say, this is weary. What happened to the milk of human kindness? Look at us as a community, what we do as a community. Look at Scotland, the way we look after each other in our communities. And then look at that fucking horror show the other side of that border, where they just want to keep punching the weakest, the disabled, the young, the elderly, those who arrive in our shores broken from conflict, famine, persecution. You couldn't make it up. That place next door has become unrecognisable. Unrecognisable. And all they keep doing is punching down, and blaming others instead of actually observing what the fucking problem is, where it is, and who it is. Because it's certainly no fucking asylum seekers. But punch down on the fucking poor, on you go. Blame the single mother. Blame the unemployed. Starve the fucking children. Freeze the fucking poor. Kick the fucking disabled. What have you become, England? What have you become? Fuck. I'm glad I'm not on the road because I'd vomit every time I go to that fucking border. It was bad enough having to wash the fucking Tory off, but having to wash a fucking fascist off my wheels on the way back in. And if any viewer doesn't know what I'm talking about, when I used to broadcast for the truck, as I was coming out of the English to Scottish border, I would say I'll pull in and wash the Tory off my fucking wheels. I'm glad I'm not going there now because it's harder to scrub fucking fascist off our wheels. Fucking fascism. What have they become? Blame the single mother. Blame the unemployed. Starve the kids. Blame the migrants. Blame the asylum seeker. Blame everybody except for who's responsible for the fucking mess you're in. You've lost your moral compass. And I guess that starts at the very top. But you do have an adulterous fucking Ponce nonce as a fucking king. Pedo Prince Mark I, an adulterer. That's your moral compass. No one of you lost your fucking way. Heartbreaking to see a people that was once such a generous people turn into such fucking fascists. I say the majority of them still have their fucking senses. One would hope. Next up, we've got the Looney Rag, the Express. This one's about fucking where they are in England. According to this rag, Tory leader backs Shabana Mahmood and is going to help get this abhorrent legislation through. And by the way, you say we can see the direction of travel. When this doesn't stop the boats, ECHR will be gone. And once they start fucking with human rights, nobody's safe. Nobody. Step in right direction, but is asylum plan doomed to fail? Let's fucking hope so. Let's hope England comes to its fucking senses. Stop kicking the single mother. Stop kicking the unemployed. Stop starving the children. Stop punching the disabled. Stop freezing fucking grandma and get a fucking grip. Get a grip, people. You are fucking facing the wrong direction. It's no the wee boats. You can blame that on Farage. But yet you blame the people coming in the boats. You've lost your way. No money for public services? Don't blame the public fucking servants that spaffed it up against the wall and stole it. No. Blame the single mother. Blame the kids. Blame the disabled. Blame the elderly. Don't blame the people that pissed your money up against the wall. No, that wouldn't do. You've got to blame the poorest and the weakest. You can't take it on your shoulders and have a look to where the problem actually fucking is. Bit ranty this morning, folks. I'm sorry. I really am. But some of this stuff needs to be clipped and put out there in shorts. So, Stephen Young, if you're watching this, do your magic, will you? But England has lost its way, and it's allowed the people who are fucking them over to point at the single mother, the unemployed, the children, the disabled, the elderly, the people in wee boats who are coming to our shores broken, looking for sanctuary. They're all to blame. No the fuckers in power and their masters. They're corporate sponsors. No, it's not them to blame. No, it's the poorest, the weakest, the broken. See, England's lost. It's lost. Which was once the sensible, generous people have turned into fascist scum. They pick their leaders, don't they? They really pick their leaders. Next up, we'll get the Scotsman. I think it might be the eye next, actually. Yep, next up's the eye. More of the same nonsense, folks. Tories pledged to help the Home Secretary to get her migration crackdown past angry Labour rebels. As I say, I wish they would stop using that word fucking Labour. The Labour Party died in 1995 to 1997. Died. It was replaced by Tories called Blairites. And it would appear the Blairites have moved that far to the right under Starmer that they're now fucking fascists. But I wish they would stop using that word Labour because the Labour Party died in the 1990s. I know, I was there. And while I'm shouting at everybody, these fucks are Tories. There's going to be the biggest heist in history carried out here. Nobody was listening because who the fuck listens to a truck driver? Right, next up we get Scotsman, then we're on to the nonsense rags that are known this right-wing fascist shite this morning. Westminster's record set to harm Sarwar in Scotland. Look, don't need Westminster to do that. Sarwar's a fucking half-wit. And I mean that. It would appear the great teaching that used to happen at Glasgow Academies disappeared. Because that man is a genuine idiot. And a punch bag. If I'd taken as many slights as I'd taken for fucking Starmer and Westminster, I'd have quit, I'd have resigned, I'd have left politics in shame. 2 weeks ago he's telling the Scottish people, we're going to give you a bespoke immigration system just for you. And then we hear Shabana Mahmood yesterday. You couldn't make this shite up. Westminster's record set to harm Sarwar's. Sarwar doesn't need Westminster's help. He's getting it, but he doesn't fucking need it. Right, next up we've got the scum. What's the scum got for us this morning? Well, the scum's on the football. It says, after 28 long years of heartache, it's time to bring home the bacon. What the bacon's go to Davy? Football, I don't know, but apparently we need to bring it home. Wee news flash for you, son. And Mr. Murdoch. Don't need to bring bacon home. I've got a fridge full of the fucking stuff. Come round, I'll feed you. Well, fuck, actually. After that, we've got the record. What's the rancid goat for us this morning? It says Joe in 1973, Kenny in 1977, Macca in 1985, Coisty in 1989, Gallagher in 1997. Who will be our hero tonight at Hampden? Well, going by our track record in football, it'll be another glorious fail. But let's hope that we've turned the corner, right? But we're very used to glorious fails. So I'll not get too optimistic, eh? I have to say, but folks, this has been hard to stomach this morning. Really hard to stomach this morning. And witnessing what's been going on over the last 10, 15 years has been fucking horrifying. And I say, it's time the people of England woke up, because what's happening is they're punching down on the single mothers, the unemployed, the starving children, they're freezing granny, they're kicking the disabled, and they are booting and tromping all over the broken souls who arrive here looking for asylum. How did you get there, England? How did you get to the point where you're blaming everybody for your problems except for your fucking selves? Man up. Look in the mirror. Sort your act out. Really? As your child poverty spirals while ours traps. You want to ask yourself how that happened within a union? As your NHS is privatised while ours stays in public hands. You want to ask yourself how that fucking happened? Time you started paying attention, you people. I mean, if it wasn't for David Knight explaining in the 2012 Health and Social Care Act to a lot of you wouldn't fucking know that your government's no longer responsible for your health and well-being. And you can tell, can't you, the way they're starving children, freezing granny, kicking the disabled, and stomping on the necks of the broken souls who arrive here seeking asylum while picking their pockets for their gold. Oh, folks, I just feel like vomiting. I really do feel like vomiting. It is horrendous. And they can't see it. They can't see it. They just keep blaming everybody but the people. Who it is who's inflicting their misery on them. Really? They really can't see it. I'm really, right, let's get this one. I took it a bit into Reagan and Wheat's programme yesterday. I was that fucking angry. I'm not going to do that today. Let's get the sun up. Sorry, the star. What is it with me? Wait till I keep saying the sun. Anyway, it's got Rachel Thieves, odds on to axe flutter mad tax hike. Bet you the Daily Star wins. Horse racing escapes budget hit. Well, that remains to be seen. But that wouldn't surprise me, actually, because here we have another habit that harms the people rather than tax that habit. Well, anybody who's been in the high street will tell you there's nothing there anywhere but fucking bookies and charity shops. Nothing but bookies and charity shops. Charity shops because we can't afford to buy new. Bookies because we're dreaming of winning enough to be able to pay next month's fucking rent, apparently. Mary Black warned about this in one of her final speeches in Westminster. That's very true, Graham. She did. Thank you very much for the super chat. Your support is really appreciated. So this is the difference between us and our neighbours. Whereas we are building community, we realise it takes a village to raise a child. We are looking after each other within the constraints that are being placed upon us by the lunatics running the asylum next door. And I don't like to punch on my neighbours because they're nice people. But they really need to give their head a fucking wobble. And I mean that. So Rachel, darling, if you're in the comments, tax the fucking bookies. Tax the fucking rich. Stop kicking the single mum. Stop starving her children. Stop booting at the unemployed. I mean, they've changed the term unemployed to jobless so they can place the blame upon you for being in the situation you're in rather their own name. All that stuff is subtle, but right in front of your eyes. Get a bloody grip. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you very, very much. It's nearly time to start putting it back out the door again, actually. As I say, this stuff it's infuriating, folks. They say, well, we're building community and consensus. They're ripping each other to fuck and blaming each other for their woes. You just couldn't make it up. Divide and Conquer seems to have worked in that road. The British Project seems to have worked in that fucking road. They've lost their sense of self. They've lost their sense of self. They've lost their identity. They don't know who they are. The English have disappeared to be replaced by the British. There's one with the Scots, the Welsh and the Northern Irish here now, and some weird construct down that road where they have no sense of community, no sense of cohesion. And they keep blaming the wrong people for their woes. It is absolutely depressing. And the sooner we root it, the better. Election coming up in 2026, folks. We have got to get clear of this madness. Got to. For our sanity and for the sake of our children, we need to get clear of this fucking madness. And I mean that. So eyes on the prize. 2026, both votes SNP. No my idea, by the way, so don't start screaming in the comments, split your votes and all that. That was John and the party that made that decision. I'll go with that. Because, as has been said by our constitutional experts, there is merit in what John had to say. There has been a precedent set. So, eyes on the prize, both votes SNP. See you tomorrow morning with the other David, but hopefully things will be a wee bit calmer. I don't think I could get much more angry, and it's only fucking Tuesday. Bye for now.